world's most famous painting. Just 2 sheets, that's all I have left. 2 chances to create something immortal. For centuries, she's been the muse of countless debates and theories. But do you know her story? So let's make this artwork. And on August 21, 1911, it was just another normal day in the Paris. No one had any idea what was about to happen. 3 men had spent the previous night inside the Louvre. Now they were escaping with a priceless treasure. They had stolen a painting, not an insignificant painting, the world's most famous painting, Mona Lisa. Today the value of this painting is close to $1 billion. Mona Lisa was painted in 1503 by the legendary Italian artist Leonardo da Vinci, as you may know. The man was so amazing. Not only was a painter, but an engineer, scientist, sculptor, architect and theorist. He had knowledge about so many subjects like painting, astronomy, anatomy, botany, hydrology, geology, optics or even paleontology. And from all his work, Mona Lisa remains his most famous masterpiece. But who was this person in the painting? People have always been curious about the identity of the woman in the painting. Lisa Gherardini, wife of Francesco Giacomo, a Florentine silk merchant, was the subject of Leonardo's portrait. And the name Mona Lisa was derived from Madonna Lisa, which means Lady Lisa or Madam Lisa. And then comes Mona Lisa's other names, which is La Gioconda. After her marriage, Lisa Gherardini becomes Lisa Gioconda. Interestingly, in Italian, Gioconda means light-hearted or cheerful. Even today, the Mona Lisa stands as the one of the greatest painting ever made. At a time, there were all sorts of wild theories about who Mona Lisa really was. Some thought she was Leonardo da Vinci's mom. Others believed she was an Italian queen, and the craziest idea was that Da Vinci painted himself as a woman. This theory gained a lot of attention in 1987. The truth is much simpler. Mona Lisa is actually Lisa Giocondo. In 2004, a professor uncovered her marriage certificate from 1495, revealing she was just 16 when she married Francesco, who was 30. Interestingly, Leonardo's father and Lisa's husband were close, so it's possible that Leonardo's father commissioned the painting, not her husband. Lisa was 24 when the painting was created, likely around 1502 or 1503. After the tragic loss of her daughter, the veil she is wearing could be a mourning veil, a sign of her grief. Now you might wonder, if Mona Lisa is Italian, why is this painting in France? Well, in 1516, King of France invited Da Vinci to France and he took the painting with him. Leonardo kept working on it, and after his death in 1519, the king kept it. It was eventually moved to the Louvre during the French Revolution. Mona Lisa's fame skyrocketed after it was stolen in 1911 by Vincenzo. Interestingly, there might be a second Mona Lisa called the Isleworth Mona Lisa. Created around 1504, it shows a younger, different version of Lisa, leading to debates over whether Leonardo or one of his assistants painted it. Speaking of the Mona Lisa, the painting is unique for a couple of reasons. First, it wasn't painted on paper, canvas or cloth, it's painted on poplar wood, which was favored by Italian artists at the time. The painting isn't very big either, measuring just 77 cm by 53 cm, but despite its size, it became revolutionary because it was one of the first portraits that focused so closely on a person's face. Back then, portraits usually include more of the body or background, but Da Vinci made the person the center of attention. The colors in the painting looks a little dull now. Since it was painted on wood, over time this varnish has turned yellowish, which is why the painting looks a little faded today. Some researchers even joked about Lisa having high cholesterol because of yellowish color. Originally the painting was more vibrant, but it's been affected by time and bleaching. Her body is angled slightly, but her face is turned toward the viewer, a position that gives the sense of a living, which creates a connection that transcends the canvas, breathing individual. Her hands rest gently on the arm of the chair. The use of the color in the Mona Lisa is subdued with warm, earthy tones dominating the composition. Her skin is painted with soft, natural shades. Her dark hairs and the folds of her clothing are in deep, muted tones. Leonardo's understanding of the anatomy and his ability to capture the human form is evident in the fluidity of Mona Lisa's posture and the lifelike quality of her face. Her eyes, in particular, are a remarkable feature, alive with a sense of inner thoughts and mystery, capturing a psychological depth rarely seen in portraits at the time. Overall, the Mona Lisa stands as a testament to Leonardo da Vinci's mastery of technique, capturing both the physical and psychological depth of subject with an elegance that continues to captivate audiences around the world. One of the most famous aspects of the Mona Lisa is her smile. It's mysterious, right? Da Vinci used a technique called sfumato, a blending of colors without sharp outlines, which is all about blending colors and creating soft transitions. It's why the background and the Mona Lisa's hair blend together seamlessly. This technique also contributes to her mysterious smile. If you focus closely on her smile, it might seem serious, but if you look into her eyes, it almost looks like she is smiling. It's this blend of shadows and light that makes her smile appear different depending on how you look at it. To perfect this smile, Leonardo spent a lot of time studying facial muscles. He even studied the faces of dead bodies in the Florence hospitals to understand how muscle works. He also did experiments on horses to compare their facial expressions to humans, and he studied optics to understand how light hits her eyes. The shadows around her smile gives the illusion that she is smiling even when you are not directly looking at it. The Mona Lisa also became famous because of a daring theft in 1911 by Vincenzo Perugia, an Italian nationalist who believed that the painting should be in Italy, not France. He managed to steal it with the help of two friends and took it to Italy. But after 2 years of hiding the painting, Perugia tried to sell it. The art dealer he tried to sell it to become suspicious and discovered it was the stolen Mona Lisa, leading to Perugia's arrest. The painting was returned to the Louvre in 1914 when it started to becoming world famous. Today, it is displayed behind bulletproof glass in a climate-controlled room at the Louvre. Thanks to the unexpected global fame it gained, so Vincenzo is the reason for making the Mona Lisa the famous iconic piece of art today. रात में ही जागते हैं ये ख्वाबों के घर, इनकी राहें खोले बाहें जो भी आए इधर। आहा ये अनजान सा रास्ता, मुस्कान झूठी है, पहचान झूठी है, चेहरे पे राज है फिर भी उलझन है। हल्के उजालों में धीमे सवालों में जो एक राज है, क्यों छिप गया है वो, क्या हो गया है कि वो खामोश है। ए रात इतना बता, तुझको तो होगा पता। ये है अनजान सा रास्ता, मुस्कान झूठी है, पहचान झूठी है, चेहरे पे राज है फिर भी अनजान है, मुस्कान झूठी है, पहचान झूठी है, चेहरे पे राज है फिर भी अनजान है।